And those thoughts are shared by all of us attending and watching games today. There have been so many things outside the playing field on people's minds. That tornado, the flooding here in Pennsylvania and throughout the Northeast, the wildfires in Texas that have caused so much devastation, and, of course, tomorrow the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Those lost were honored during the national anthem today with a color guard of New York City firefighters, followed by a flyover from the F-18 Hornets. There was a person in this stadium that was not singing the national anthem. It was something special.
You know, Brad, I had a chance to go down to Tuscaloosa a few weeks ago to watch practice, and after practice, Jeff Purinton took me on a little tour of the devastated area from the tornado. And, you know, even though they've cleaned up a...
Chaz Powell took one on the opening kickoff to the house last week for the Nittany Lions. There he is, number 2. The kick will go to Smith at the 4. And down at the 20-yard line, that's where Penn State will go to work. They only converted one of these situations in Tuscaloosa last year, a 3rd and 7+. 3rd and 8 here. Bolden, plenty of time, fires a strike, got a man, and it's Justin Brown. So they're 1 for 1. They're as good as they were a year ago. 2nd down and 6 at the 41. Red weaves his way to a 1st down. Nice run, right up the middle. Out to the 49.
Well, you couldn't ask for anything better for Penn State than this opening drive. All right, right now this is Hightower and Upshaw's up here on the end. They're both on the ends, going to rush the passer.
They show blitz, and the inside handoff to Red. 1st down and more. Nice play call there. On a 3rd down and 6, they got 9. Red, he's close, but I don't think so.
It looked like he was going to get it for sure, and then he got pushed back.
And they've also got Joe Suey in there, the fullback in front of him, who they do tend to use in short yardage situations. Here's a huge play in the opening quarter of this game. 4th and a yard. Here comes a blitz inside, and Bolden rolls with it, looking for the sticks. I don't know.
He reached the ball. He reached the football, Brad, and I think that's what got him the 1st down.
4 receivers set as Bolden's in the gun. Flush from the pocket, throws on the run and low and incomplete. Intended for Justin Brown. This one will be from 43 yards out. Trying to pick up his first 3-pointer of the year. It would be big to end this opening drive. Lewis, kick on the way, and it is good. 3rd down and 8. McCarron fires deep middle, in and out of Marquise May's hands, and the Tide will have to punt. Bolden, look out. Got rid of it to Red. He's got blockers in front. He's got a 1st down and then some. He almost squirted out the backside. There's a flag down, though, at the 41-yard line.
Holding. Offense 54. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Repeat 3rd down.
3rd down and 16. Alabama's shown blitz. They back out of it. Bolden with time. Deep out and way out. Incomplete. Davon Smith was the closest guy, and Penn State will have to punt for the 1st time today. 3rd down and 6. McCarron fires across the middle and throws a strike to Brandon Gibson. Let's just see if it's enough for the 1st down, though. Right at the marker. Again, Justin Brown and Davon Smith are both back deep.
Fake.
And they pick up.
He didn't get it.
No, they didn't. Penn State picks it up. Smelly was the ball carrier. He thinks he got it. Boy, this is huge. And 1st down.
By a nose.
Not even. A half a nose. Your nose instead of mine. On 3rd down and 6. McCarron in the shotgun in an empty backfield. Deep middle and caught. What a catch by Marquise Mays right in front of Nick Suke. Wow. Somebody's got to make those big plays, and he just made a big one right down the middle. McCarron blitz across the middle this time to Bell, and Bell rings it up for another 1st down near the 11-yard line. throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama. Michael Williams, the tight end. Matt McGloin again is in at quarterback. And they're going to come with the pressure on McGloin. Throws and incomplete, intended for Smith. And Smith gets tangled up there with Dre Kirkpatrick. Eddie Lacy's in the lineup for the first time today. At tailback. And he flanks A.J. McCarron in the gun. McCarron with the quick outs. Got it to Smelly, the tight end. Nice gain into Penn State territory as we check in with Robert Flores. Robert. They spread him out now and put Brandon Lewis in as a big fullback in front of Lacy. He'll lead the way. Lacy's got a first down. Picked up 5. McCarron's hit his last 7 passes. This time he hands it off. A good tough run again, this time by Trent Richardson, who just checked back in there on a 2nd down and 4. And he's got the first down.
Yeah, and a couple runs behind that right side now. Anthony Steen, the right guard, and big DJ Fluker, the right tackle.
On the stretch play, it's Richardson. And there he goes on one of those runs that I just talked about. All the way down inside the 10. McCarron in the shotgun. Here comes the pressure. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's going to have to tuck it, and he won't get anywhere except to the 4-yard line. Nice job in coverage and with the rush by Penn State. And Jeremy Shelley will come in to try it. McCarron to hold. Shelley's 2 for 2 on the year. There's his numbers from last season. 22-yard field goal attempt to try to make it a touchdown difference. Kick on the way, and he just tucked it inside the right upright. Field goal is good. Alabama and Nick Saban add to their lead. Now he's going to set up Joe Suey to his right, which is where the pressure's coming from. McGloin fires and trying to tuck it in there, and it's incomplete as Dre Kirkpatrick makes a nice play on the ball to knock it down. They came in ranked 3rd in the country against number 23 Penn State. They've got the lead as they start this drive here with 8:24 to go in the half. Oh, Trent Richardson's leveled by Devin Still. Derek Moy, their biggest receiver, has only had 1 pass aimed his way so far. Bolden down the middle, complete. And he got it to Justin Brown for the first down.
That was a big-time throw by Rob Bolden.
All right. Upshaw, one of the captains of the defense that Todd talked about a few moments ago. Bolden in the pocket, fires across the middle, got his tight end, and the ball comes out. Alabama's got it. Unless the play was blown dead. We got one official with his foot on a first down. We've got Alabama with the ball in their hands, Daquan Menzie. And now the referee comes over, and Mike McQuarrie says, somebody make a call.
I think if Alabama gets it, you try to stick a stake in them right now with a big play. If Penn State gets the call, they go
review,
deep.
The ruling on the field is the ball was fumbled before the runner was down, and there was a clear recovery by Alabama.
That's Mays that was in motion now. He sets up on a wing to the right on 3rd down and 3. McCarron, the quick throw is complete, got it out. And a first down to Kevin Norwood. That's his first catch of the day. They picked up their last 3rd down on a quick throw by McCarron. This time he's under center with Trent Richardson behind him. And he's going to roll the throw to Richardson. Got it to him, and he got the first down and then some. Diving forward near the 22-yard line. 7th play of the drive. 3rd down passing. A.J. McCarron's been spot on. Here he is on first down to Richardson again. And he's brought down by Jordan Hill. McCarron to the middle and inside the 5. It's 1st and goal to Kevin Norwood. This 47-yard drive has got him set up maybe for another touchdown here. Trent Richardson on the carry. And he's in. Touchdown. Tied.
Well, you can't do it much better than that for Alabama. You get the turnover, you move the ball down the field, you score. It's very difficult. Their quarterback's throwing the football 1 for 6 on first down. And that leads to 2nd and 10, and that leads to trouble against this defense.
That leads to a counter play to Red. He tried this one earlier, didn't get much. This time they got about 7, but the clock will wind down, and that might be it for the first half. So Penn State Their opening drive took them basically the length of the field. They had to settle for a field goal. They were in Alabama territory before Serba's fumble again, and that turned in to an Alabama touchdown late in the second quarter. And that's where we're going to be at halftime. There's where the student section's got to come into play as you look at them from one end zone to the other. They're right behind A.J. McCarron, who's got a 3rd and 4. Marquise Mays in motion, and McCarron from the shotgun has it batted in the air, and much like earlier by Jack Crawford, it's Eric Lattimore this time, so they do force the punt.
This is the guy that's got to get going for Penn State. Derek Moy, very quiet.
Here's Bolden off play action, and the pass is complete to Derek Moore. Right on cue from Todd Blackledge, and a pickup of 11. That's his first catch. And they'll get one. Off play action is Bolden, and he fires high and almost intercepted, or was it?
I think it hit the ground.
Robert Lester, who had 8 pickoffs a year ago, saying he's got it, and the officials agree.
Well, the official that made the call did not have a great angle.
After review, replay shows that the ball hit the ground. Therefore, it's an incomplete.
4 receivers here for Bolden. Alabama thinking about bringing pressure off the corner, and they do. Look out. Bolden got rid of it. C.J. Mosley comes up with a football. This one might be an interception. Apparently it is.
After review, the ruling on the field is the ball did hit the ground. Therefore, it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they got a 3rd and 7. 3-man rush against McCarron. He's in trouble, and he's just got to throw it away.
Yeah, Penn State won on that play. They confused him. They only rushed 3, which means they dropped 8.
Again, a mile in the air, but short. And the field position, as Todd said, will be good by Justin Brown at the 46-yard line. He hit it about 50 yards in the air, but only 31 yards downfield. And Joe can barely stand to look at a 3rd and 10. McGloin in the shotgun. Going to throw long, and Moy almost had it, incomplete. Will Lowry was back there. He's going to back Mays up, that's for sure. He's going to take it at the 5. Tough call, but maybe he'll make it pay. Marquise Mays on the return down the sideline. And he's all the way out near midfield.
Well, he got an incredible block from a true freshman, Vinny Sanseri.
Trent Richardson off the right side, carrying Devin Still with him for about 6 or 7 yards. 2nd down at 3. Brandon Gibson in motion. And they'll just work Trent Richardson now. And he's got a 1st down, and he's taking would-be tacklers with him again. Nick Suke finally brings him down, but he got 6 more, and we check in with Robert again. Richardson comes out as the extra receiver in an empty backfield for McCarron. 4-man rush. He throws over the middle, and it's Norwood. Does he have the 1st down? I think so. In the shotgun, 2nd down at 14. McCarron with a pocket to work, and a deep ball to Williams. Nice throw and catch inside the 10.
And stopping him short of the goal line.
McCarron throws, and incomplete. Chris Underwood, the tight end, got his left hand on it. Boy, that's a big difference. Now it's 4th down and about 2 feet. 4th and goal. 18-yard field goal attempt by Jeremy Shelley. And it is right through the middle. So Penn State wins that battle a little bit. Here's Bolden off play action. Wants a deep ball on the sideline. Oh, one-handed catch by Moy. And there he went and used that 6'5" frame in front of Daquan Minzy. And a pickup of 27. 3rd down at 10 here for Penn State. Bolden loads it, fires, and it's complete. Justin Brown has got a 1st down.
Good protection by the Penn State offensive line. Alabama chose to only rush 4.
Brandon Beecham is checked back in at tailback. He's seen limited duty so far today. They fake it to him. And Bolden loads and goes long. and this one's intercepted by Mark Barron. Again underthrown, and this time the All-American safety and two-time captain was waiting on it. It's going to be Eddie Lacy this time. He's bouncing off Lyons for about 8 yards. Lacy again. Big opening for Lacy into the secondary before they can bring him down out at the 28-yard line.
Now, Brad, I want to go back and look at this interception.
They flush Lacy out of that backfield, so it's all McCarron on 3rd and 9. Just a three-man rush. They throw the slip screen to Marquise Mays, and Penn State's waiting on it. And they will force a kick, but that'll have to wait till the 4th quarter. And The Sound of Music, one of my least favorite movies of all time, won the Oscar for Best Picture.
Least favorite?
Just can't stand that show. I'm sorry. I don't like The Wizard of Oz either, so just bury me. On the ground, almost a face mask there, and we might have a call or a horse collar as flags fly into the 41-yard line. Alabama looks like they're loading up to come after McGloin. They do have a delayed blitz. He went across the middle, though, and he got it. And now the ball is out. Are they going to say incomplete? No. Justin Brown had his hands on it.
Well, it was a little bit behind, I think, and as Justin Brown was trying to pull the ball from his back hip into a secure position and run at the same time, he dropped it.
Does have his family there, his kids on the set of Game Day today.
College Football Hall of Famer.
Here's Trent Richardson. And Richardson's going to fight his way for almost 8 yards, and they still have not taken him down. The crimson and white of Alabama.
I love it.
The white border got too big. Was that what they said?
It was a little too fancy.
Yeah. Here's McCarron throwing out in the flat to Smelly. And Smelly brought down at the 40-yard line with a first down. Pick up a 10.
All I know is you turn a TV on and see these two uniforms.
You know who you're playing.
That's exactly right.
We don't even have to have the thing on the bottom that says Alabama Penn State. Here's an end around for Marquise Mays, and nice job by Michael Mouty first to smell that one out and bring him down.
These two programs, fans and everything, have such great respect for one another. And it goes back to Bear and Joe.
Yep. Mandel, the punt. And it's going to bounce in front of the return man. This time they can advance it because there's no fair catch, and Justin Brown will take it out across the 35 to the 36. A little over 10 minutes remaining. The Houndstooth Caps. Now there's a Penn State fan that did the best she could for the Alabama folks that are visiting from Tuscaloosa. McGloin down the sideline, incomplete, a little too far in front of Moy. Now wait a minute, penalty at the very end of the play.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21.
It will be done in just under 10 minutes on the clock, that is. Here's a sprint draw to Beecham. And he goes for 8 or 9. It's right here.
Yep.
You got to convert. You got to get a touchdown at the end of this drive. Down 17. And straight ahead, Beecham's got it. They faked the end around after they went straight ahead. And he has the first down at about the 38-yard line. Nittany Lions' deepest penetration has been the Alabama 26. So if they get a first down here, they'll be right around the closest they've been to the goal line. Here is an end around. Davon Smith, he's got McGloin out as a blocker, and he lost the ball, and Barron, does he have it? Alabama looked to get their hands on it first, and they have it. At its own 35-yard line. And it'll be Eddie Lacy shedding the first tackle and the second and almost the third and almost a 10-yard gain.
On the other side, I think Penn State's quarterback situation has gotten even muddier. I don't know that it's gotten any better or any clearer by today's performance.
You know, Bolden had a scoring drive, though it was a field goal the first time he had it. The second time he did an okay job, and then they went to McGloin in the third series and the fourth series, and I don't think number one ever got his rhythm back after that. And they had high hopes coming into this one, and the first 7.5 minutes of the first quarter, they had reason to think that way, and so did their fans. And Lacy now with a big opening up the middle again, broke a tackle. Lacy inside the 20, rumbles his way down inside the 15. He's a load. Keeping it on the ground. Trent Richardson, and he's in. Touchdown, Alabama. Great to have two backs that good, interchangeable, and Trent Richardson, his second touchdown. And McGloin still, rather Bolden now, back in at quarterback. And he goes down the middle and got it complete to Allen Robinson, a freshman. That's his first catch.
Obviously, it's better off to have one guy that you go with. I just don't know that either one of these guys has made it clear.
Yeah. Come on, Rob. Here's Bolden, who's the better of the two runners, doing what he does better than McGloin, and he got a first down. Second down and 6. Here is Bolden firing completes inside the 30. They're down close to their deepest penetration into Alabama territory on second down and 10 at the 28. Bolden steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off with it again. Oh, man, and a head-on shot, and off came the helmet. C.J. Mosley. Third down at 20 now. Penn State running out of time and going to the corner. Sean Kersey with a great catch at the 1-yard line. So they're down in scoring territory. 26-yard toss.
I heard they had videos of the second half of that Auburn game running through their weight room all during their lifting sessions in the winter.
Airborne is red. Second effort. Almost lost the ball, but he's in. Touchdown. Bolden might run for this one. Dives and got it.
Nice quick decision.
Evan Lewis will do the honors. The good hands team for Alabama. All up there 10 to 15 yards away from the football. And this one's got a chance, but it's covered by Alabama, and they'll take over with 1:52. Brad Smelly. We said, your thoughts about Joe Paterno. And he said, there's mental toughness, there's physical toughness, and there's moral toughness. And if any guy in college football's ever had the moral part of it, it's Joe Paterno with what he's done at Penn State. I thought that was nicely said by Nick.
I liked how he explained it, too. I mean, moral toughness being doing the right thing no matter what the circumstances are.
Right.
And that's what Joe Paterno has been about, doing the right thing. And you know what? I think Nick Saban is doing the right thing at Alabama as well.
Well, they get a big win on the road, that's for sure. They thought it would be tough, and for at least part of the game it was. But then the Alabama defense stiffened, made things very tough on the two quarterbacks of Penn State, including Rob Bolden and Matt McGloin. And it's 27-11 as we go down to Holly.